Raven, how do you deal with not being able to do things like not getting permissions for a game or something not working as well as you wanted it to? It's something that I've had to learn to just be like, yep, okay, moving on. Not being able to get other permissions for games. I mean, it's unfortunate, it's frustrating. It gets to the point where either we don't hear back from game companies or it's just an outright no. It makes me frustrated because you see other streamers that don't have to worry about this kind of thing. They just they wake up one day and they're like, wow, I want to play this game and I want to watch this, this, and this on stream and I want to talk about this. And then they do it. But we can't do that. And after a while, it does get frustrating. It gets frustrating, it gets confusing, it feels like, well, what am I supposed to do now? But so far so good, you just make it work. What's my favorite type of stream to do? I like all the streams. I like karaoke streams, I like game streams, I like chatting streams. I used to not really enjoy chatting streams because I was really nervous. I didn't know what to talk about. I didn't know like how much lore I should be talking about versus how much of me I should be talking about, and I didn't know how to find the balance. But I feel like I've more so found this balance, and I really enjoy being able to chat with you guys. Ame talked about not getting to choose what you look like. What was your first impression of yourself? Of me, myself? That's true. That's true. Do you guys get to choose what you look like when you're born? No. You could request teeny tiny changes. Request. You could request. It does not mean that it was going to happen. One thing I specifically asked for, where I was like, hey, make sure I have teeth, please. Yeah, I only got 50% of my teeth, but hey, it worked out, doesn't it? You guys like my top teeth. No, bottom teeth. You guys get a kick out of saying that, don't ya? What is the first notable change you've had with yourself, personality, habits, etc. after streaming in Hololive? Much more outgoing and chatty. Just in general. I used to be really quiet, wallflower, held in my thoughts and my opinions a lot, both in Hololive and just in my everyday life. I was very reserved and whatnot. And I still am relatively reserved, but I am much more I don't want to say opinionated, but if I have an opinion, I'm going to say it. I used to be really bad at filling dead air, and I feel like I've gotten a lot better at it. And now I do that in my personal life as well. I'm always talking. I think that's why my mom doesn't call me as much, because I just talk too much. I talk a lot, which is very bizarre for me, because I never was the type to talk a lot. I was very quiet. But also on the flip side, I've become a lot more cynical. I've become a lot more cynical and suspicious of people because I've had some run-ins with not so nice people. I've looked into a lot of improv as well since starting Hololive, and I really like that the improv rule of never saying like no to a conversation. If somebody says something stupid, don't chop it down at the source. Like, see how much more stupid can we do it together? I think it's hard to put into words. This Hololive experience so far, it's pushed me to my limits mentally and physically sometimes. It's been the most rewarding experience of my life. It's been the most hardest experience of my life. It's been the most sad. It's been the most of a lot of things in my life. Have you done any improv? Training improv? No, I've not done improv. I've always wanted to do an improv class, though. I really want to train with improv. I watch a lot of Whose Line Is It Anyway? But no, I've never like trained with improv before. I would like to, though. I think I'm finally starting to give a little bit less of a... I don't want to say I give less of a shit, but like, can't do this, can't do that. Gotta be stern and strict and strict and stern. And it's like, why though? Who cares? Just do whatever. Do whatever, say whatever. Who cares? Like, obviously be a nice person, but I don't know. I used to feel very scared to say the wrong thing or do the wrong thing or show the wrong thing on stream or blah blah blah. I feel a lot freer in the mind. I'm a lot more forthcoming with my opinions because I know that my opinion is important and it needs to be said when I'm asked. So I say it when I want to say when I say it. How do you feel after your 1-year anniversary compared to when you debut? I give a lot less shits than I did when I first started. Cause I always talk about stuff and then it takes so long for stuff to happen. I'm not gonna say anymore. That's all I have.